November 4th, 1957, a 16-year-old young mother gave birth to a son. During this time, she was newly married and confused as this sort of thing was taboo to discuss openly. She gave birth to a normal, healthy baby boy. Over the next few years, two more boys followed, and soon their father left, and she was all alone with three boys to raise, all under the age of 8. Not well trained or equipped for the task at hand, she did the best that she could. She tried to raise the boys. She was left alone in a dark, cold, and heartless world. August 16th, 1977, the same exact day that Elvis died, the eldest boy met a girl fresh out of high school who lived at home with two parents who provided her with the warmth and security that the girl needed. She was attracted to the boy's good looks, sense of humor, and the way she was treated. They enjoyed the same things, same shows, the music, and yes, they even did the same illegal things. It was the 70s, and they both were rebellious teenagers. Ignoring the warning of a mutual friend, the boy, who was 18 and the girl was 17, soon began to see each other. Soon the boy moved to New Orleans, Louisiana, and all the young girls, all just like the same, she followed behind. Every day consisted of a giant party filled with drugs and booze. This clouded the reality that the boy was abusive in every way possible to the girl. The girl had love in her heart from her parents, who had tried to let her love change the boy. Her fantasy world became a reality and ended on May 26, 1983. She birthed a healthy 7-pound baby girl into the world. Being a mother was everything she wanted. It wasn't until 1986 that the girl and her baby moved back home and the boy followed. The abuse continued and it grew stronger, but love never dies, right? The mother tried with her might to change the dad with all her loved and hoped that the love from a child they both were trying to raise would do the same. The abuse grew, and soon the girl grows into a child, and some more abuse followed. This was an everyday occurrence until February 24th, 1990, when another child was added to the mix, this time a boy. The father now only shows his abusive ways towards the wife, son, and daughter in verbal. Sometimes the daughter recalls seeing a different person in his eyes as he lays out a physical punishment. The only way this family didn't experience this abuse was sexual. The children are picked on in school as they lack the resources needed to properly nurture a child. By 1998, the daughter grows violent and is soon diagnosed with post traumatic stress disorder and dissociative identity disorder. The daughter is me. This family is mine. If I have a reason not to love my father, it is this very one. But I choose love. I choose to give a man my unconditional love, where most people would choose to forget him. A year ago, my father appeared back into my life after 13 years of me wondering if he was even alive. I prayed and I waited, and in God's timing, one day it happened. So, October 13th of this year, I left on a plane to spend time with him in Las Vegas and Arizona. We saw the Grand Canyon amongst some other things, but the Grand Canyon was the highlight of the trip. My husband and 11-year-old daughter came out as well. My husband refuses to love a man or even see what I would want to, who has caused me so much trouble. And my answer is love. But how are we supposed to love? We fail every day. Our love is contingent on if you're nice to me or if you do something nice for me. Yet Jesus loved the worst. He loved the people that caused him physical harm, and he commands us to do the same. John 13:34-35 in the English Standard Version says, "A new commandment I give you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. But this all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." It's kind of repetitive. Love one another. Does this verse say love because they are worthy of your love? Or love because they are a good person? No. It says to love just as Jesus has loved us. Then the end result of this is that people, the world, the lost, will know who we are following, and that is of Christ. So I was sitting down thinking on this. How can we love? Do we even know what the true meaning is or how true unconditional love is? We have family and it trends all through our lives, and they all show us how to love badly. My father always told me that he loved me even during his abuse. So I grew up and then I couldn't love because I really didn't even know what it looked like. So, where and how can this work? Watch our pets. They love us unconditionally. They don't care for ugly, if you're an ugly person, or a deceiver, you lie a lot. They don't care if you've done jail time or haven't even showered in a month. They generally love being around you. This is how we should love someone, just like our pets love us. This, I believe, is a reason why God gave us pets as an example of unconditional love. There are a few others, such as a young child. Children love unconditionally. I was watching my dad and his service dog on vacation. That dog adores my father. He doesn't see the awful things that he did in his past. He sees him as someone he can trust, a provider. This, I believe, is one way out of many that God can show us love. There are many more, I am sure. So, in conclusion, my father was given a hard life from the beginning. He didn't know how to love properly, and we grew up with the lack of resources. He tried the best for us and everything he knew how. Recently, God has reconciled him back to me, and it is my job to show him the unconditional love of Christ. Many do not know how or why I even try. How can I? Some have warned me to even watch my back around him. But I trust God, and I trust my dad is trying his best. And I want to move on and try to begin a new life of happy memories. The same can be found with everyone undesirable. By that, the homeless, that nasty coworker, your roommate, your brother, sister, whoever. Jesus loved the worst of sinners, and we are to do the same. No excuses. Just look at how our pets love us unconditionally. Thank you.